Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the race marathon monster, Sealkara. Let's see if this monster was worth racing for. Huge shout out to SP for giving me everything I need to make this video. Oh, she's adorable. But as I was saying, SP provided everything to make this video. They gave me the monster, all the cells needed to go to rank 5. Any gems I use will be reimbursed. And they also provided the food to feed the monster all the way to level 150. Sealkara, everyone. Let's see what she does. She attacks the test dummies. Sealkara was an ordinary seal until she swallowed an enchanted fish, granting her ice powers. The Magic Council searched for the fish and found Sealkara instead. Now War Master Xiron has summoned Sealkara to cross frozen mountains and put the council's enemy on ice. So they were really looking for some fish monster, but because Sealkara ate the fish, that is how he got this doomed mythic. Let's take a look at her trait. She has the harden trait. She's immune to stun. This is so interesting. A lot of the newer monsters have been immune to stun. A lot of the season 2 monsters, Celestial's immune to stun, Celestial Gambian immune to stun, which means another immune to stun monster. Yeah, we saw this a lot in season 2. So SP is probably going to be releasing quite a couple stun monsters. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense to have this trait. And I mean, it does protect against Xiron the Great, of course. Somewhat. And then True Vision. Precision is doubled at the start of the battle. Alright, let's see how her stats compare to the other doomed monsters. So right now we're categorized by the life stat from highest to lowest. As you can see, she has one of the lowest life stats in the game, tied with that of Visiel and Darmith, only tankier than 3 other monsters, P3, R3, Mandarka, and Thundork. So not a very tanky monster at all. In terms of power stat, she also has actually tied for the lowest with Mandarka, with a power stat of 9944. So she's squishy, has a low power stat, but the speed stat normally is good when that's the case, and in this case it's not that great. I mean, it's the denier stat. Xmas, I'm not sure what the monster does. Yes, this is support monster, support monster, support monster. Actually, I believe this monster has like some total blinding, but also support, resurrection, revival, yeah, resurrection, and then support and healing. So what we've seen is that the monsters that don't deny are the fastest ones, and then when we get into the denier category, this is actually the top deny stat. It just so happens that there's faster monsters. So Xiron the Great and Sealkara are the fastest monsters that can deny currently in the game. Okay, I have her at level 130. Let's take a look at her skill set. Magnificent Animal deals low water damage to one enemy, 30 stamina, 0 cooldown. Outstanding Mage applies life regen to one ally. I wish this was a team skill, not a single ally skill. It is spammable, but I don't think it would be worth. Liquid Magic removes positive effects from all enemies, applies drowned. This is good simply for the fact that it is a cleansing skill against the enemy, and on top of that, it does a drowned against the enemy, which removes 15% of stamina each turn. We have Seal of Regeneration. Great name, great pun. Removes all negative effects from itself, heals by 30%. Unfortunately, not that great of a skill. It is nice that you life regen everyone. This could have been a phenomenal skill if it would have removed negative effects from your whole team, healed your whole team by 30%, not just yourself. So kind of selfish there, Sealkara. Let's see. We have a skill that removes positive effects from one enemy. Didn't we? Oh, wait. A single target. This other one's an AoE. Removes positive effects from one enemy, deals moderate water damage, and freeze. Okay, this is actually good because you remove first and then you freeze. So if you're going up against a monster that has evasion, for example, you can cleanse the evasion and then freeze. And considering Slumster is a pretty meta monster, he does have a team evasion skill. Zola has a team evasion skill. This is actually quite relevant. Then again, Slumster does have a positive effect, protection, and evasion, so that's something to keep in mind. But overall, I like this, especially if you're taking on a status caster Megaton monster, Falsarius, Garnixel. You are able to get rid of the Megatons and freeze them, thus preventing them from reapplying Megaton. So I do like that. Ice Booster removes negative effects from itself, applies damage, boost, and precision to one ally. So buff skill that can cleanse, really useful for your attacker, right? Once you deny on turn 1, maybe you just buff your attacker on turn 2 and get rid of a daze, a blind, whatever they have. Quite a few monsters are blinding nowadays. Cold Blizzard deals moderate water damage to enemies and applies freeze and drown. So it's an AoE skill, AoE deny. And then you have a skill that deals low magic damage, removes all negative effects from allies, and applies immune to freeze. This is good simply for the fact that it is a team cleansing skill. So overall, let's see, you would run the AoE freeze, you would run the single freeze. Boom boom. After this, I would say you would probably run the team cleansing, and you would run another life region removes positive effects from all enemies. Tempting, I'd probably do Ice Booster. I wouldn't go for the cleanse. This is a very... The thing about PvP is that deniers are not really welcomed, right? Until we get that denier that can remove positive effects and then deny, Teddy Bomb, deniers are not really welcomed. The cool thing about Sealkara, as I already alluded to, is that she could remove Megaton and freeze, and on the next turn follow up with another freeze. Or maybe you follow up with a buff to the attacker. So you do have access to that. You can also protect your team, cleanse negative effects from the whole entire team. I would say it's one of those monsters that it depends. Do you want to run someone to remove the status caster Megaton first, and then you follow with Sealkara and AoE freeze? Great. Because you are able to do Cold Blizzard on turn 1, assuming there's no status caster Megaton, or you dealt with that, you Cold Blizzard on turn 1, and then you can actually chain freeze thanks to being able to remove positive effects. So that is pretty cool. So Cold Blizzard, freeze, they gain immune to freeze, but then you freeze again because you remove the immune to freeze. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I would say both skills are good. And then I would do these two, but if you want the team removal, you can. Yeah, we have a skill that deals damage to everyone and a single damage skill, so we could do a talent that triggers when they're damaged. In terms of stamina, you never have to worry about stamina. Let's do Kane for now. And cool, we can even... yeah, you'll never worry about stamina with this monster. Let's take a look. What do we want to give this monster? It's a denier type monster. You could go stamina drain. You could do burnt blood. It might not be as powerful on this monster. Probably this is one of those purgatory monsters. Honestly, if you're free to play, just use whatever you have. Setup for this monster, 3 speed, 2 team speed, single speed. Some combination of speed and team speed is typically the way to go with the deniers right now. So if you want this monster to go first, and just deal with the status caster Megaton, maybe you have a follow-up monster go, like a Xiron the Great, and do more deny, you could do that. So that's actually what we're going to try to do and see if it works. So 3 speed, and then Xiron the Great will be team speed, and we'll have Megaton, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're going to try this out, and basically, when you're running the kind of team that just focuses on denial, you need dots to win. So we have the Burnt Blood, and then Mud Body, and we have the Burning to help us out. So it's stalling, winning with dots. The good thing is, I should be able to win most matches, I think, unless there's an enemy Pangoliath. That is going to be my weakness. Evasion will also be a weakness unless I run the team cleansing skill, so we might do that. Now, of course, because this monster was given to me by Social Point, I'm not going to be winning the battles. If it looks like I'm going to win, I am just going to exit out. Alright, let's click fight. We're taking on a Ryclops. Unfortunately, this might be a little harder. So, again, the advantage is there's a lot of status caster Megatons in the current meta. Not everyone does have Pango, even though you can purchase them for gems. So most of the time, being able to remove positive effects, hey, you're good. Frozen. Alright, let's see. Ricky's Assault's good. So they have to deal with my Pango. I'm able to attack the enemy. Zagon's Curse, hey, I'm still alive. Cane Sword, whatever. Jazz Mask, Mud Body. Awesome. Like, you're frozen. And then with this monster, I can follow up with CDA. Boom. Denial, Burnt Blood. We're getting dots on them. Pango unfortunately died. And then here, check it out. I can follow up with a freeze. Let's do, let's see, removes negative effects. I have the shock, ice booster, if I needed to buff an attacker. In this case, I don't have an attacker. So we're just gonna go with, should we just freeze? Yeah, we might as well freeze. Boom. So that takes care of what's his face. Malarian. Alright, Malarian's dead. Awesome. I'm going to cleanse. This is where the cleansing comes in handy. Bam. And I also get a freeze immunity. Recharge there, mountain, alright, that's fine, and then I can go ahead and deny again. Now Ryclops also immune to denial. Let's drain some stamina. We might as well try to deal some damage. Boom. And like Purgatory kicked in, and then I'll buff my guess who's my default attacker. And then we basically just try to kill Ryclops, which I think in this case we could, slowly but surely. And there you go, that's how this monster works. So, unless you're taking on Pango, you should be able to, you should be okay, I think. And if you're running this setup, you probably don't need the single cleanse that buffs, and you probably should instead put the enemy cleanse skill. Alright, let's see. Immune to freeze, wool coat. So we have dodge area taunt. This is going to be tough. There they set up evasion. This monster has the single taunt, the taunt trait. So all my attacks go to him. He has artifacts, so that's an issue. Again, if you had an attacker, like maybe... Oh, I know who I'm going to bring next. Rotten berries, whatever. Alright, we're just going to exit out this batch because this will take too long. Like, I could do CDA, I could do stuff, but this one's annoying. Alright, if you do have an attacker and you don't have a follow-up denier, like I main stock killer, so whoops. I main stock, so I could do this for example, right? Give you Jazz Mask. Alright, cool. In this case, I'm just there to buff. Or maybe I freeze if there's a main threat and then I buff on the following turn. We'll see how it pans out. Let's click fight. Alright, so there's not a huge threat. Maybe Pengo will die because of Fruit Taster if he's running Hidden Shiv. Frequency, okay, that's not as bad. Alright, so if I perceived him to be a threat, I could remove it and freeze him. I could just boost, in this case, damage boost. There we go. I mean, not the greatest, right? There's obviously monsters that can double and triple, so it's not the best strategy, but it is a strategy you could employ. Boom, and you know, then the attacker goes and attacks. So you have access to remove the status caster Megaton, you have access to buff, and if there is no Megaton, which there always is, you could, of course, just deny everyone. Let's go back to Xiron. We'll try Xiron again. Boom, fight, and let's see how it goes. Again, and then we'll go to 150, but you get the main gist of it. It's a denier type monster. Alright, Zul, yeah, see, there's always, or Garnexel, there's always status caster Megatons. So if you're going 3 speed, that's literally going to be the first thing you do every single time. Mud Body, oh, you did not have what I thought you would have. Mad Whispers, ouch. UA, ouch. Killed me. Alright, so let's take the monster to rank 5 and then let's see what kind of damage we can do. Alright, so I'm going to rank 5 now. We're going to move things around. We're going to put Chia along with Smite and we'll see how that plays out. So here I'm just going to try to do the AoE freeze and then we have plenty of dots to work with. Alright, let's do this. So, boom, boom, boom. Again, always you're going to find status caster Megatons in PvP, and dodge area is also very prevalent as well. So here we'll do Forgotten. Bye-bye, Smite, Trade Disable, Kevlar Vest. We'll do Corrupted Dragon, just Trade Disable everyone. Kevlar Vest, Wormhole's Trap, alright. Here I can do, if I perceive this monster to be a threat, now I could just single target freeze, so always use without a single target attack, there we go. Awesome. And then, let's see, money bags, whatever, Hidden Shiv, okay. Again, I have access to dots, so punish the weak, give you some dots. We are just going to recharge here. Let's see what you do, evasion. I guess I'll just have to, let's see if there's any, oh, I do have quite a few negative effects, you know what? I'm just going to cold sealer, there we go, everyone, negative effects are gone. Alright, Mark, Mud Body, okay, you're probably going to die soon. Forgotten, let's get rid of all those buffs. Corrupt the Dragon again. Awesome. AoE freeze, boom, drowned as well. So again, some dot action. So that's how you would use this monster if you're going second and you have someone else to cleanse the status caster Megatons. Now let's just try to showcase the AoE freeze followed by a chain freeze. And then I think we can call it a day. So I would say PvP monster, you're not really going to see this monster. It's not going to be used a lot. I think this is definitely a good war monster. Not to mention it is a winter monster. It's been such a long time since we've had a winter monster. Like, just recently, SP started releasing winter monsters. Like, what was it? Like, the last one was like a cryo crawler, maybe? So, that is a good thing about this monster. If you ever have the winter restriction, hey, you have someone you can utilize. So, Cold Blizzard, there we go. AoE freeze. Everyone is frozen. Oh no, you are now immune to freeze. Let's see if we can somehow deal with that. Alright, let's see. Oh, you died. How'd you die? Alright, and then you just... check this out. I froze you, but remove positive effects and then freeze again. So you can chain freeze, so that's pretty cool. So if a monster that can chain freeze, that is in the winter book. Again, that's probably the coolest thing about her. Plus, she's adorable. So everyone, with that being said, that is going to be it for this exclusive first look on Sealkara. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.